Well, listen, to our audience, if you want to go check that out, Clash of Champions, August 1995, maybe we'll get Marcus to find the clip and throw that up on social media. That would be cool. So shout out to Marcus there. With that, it's time for us to get to business this month, and we're talking all things November 1990. In October of 1990, you and Rick wrestled Doom at Halloween Havoc, the match ending in that double countout. We watched it 2 weeks ago, and as you said in that episode, this program was accentuated by its serious nature and tone. Believability, credibility, that's what that match had. And this program with Doom, it really did have it all. You took the lead on the interviews. As we talked about, you were right center front, even the Nature Boy standing by your side. But as you said, it really helped reestablish you to the audience as the enforcer of the Four Horsemen. But I want to ask you about Flair for a second, because Rick was usually that 45-minute match guy. He's that finesse wrestler, and this program called for him to be a much more physical wrestler. During this period of his career, Nate would turn up the physicality a little bit. I'm talking about the matches with Harley. Think about him and Ron Garvin and Terry Funk in this time period. What is it about Rick that allowed him to find this gear in order to put on the performance in these types of matches and the programs here? These were different than say maybe some of those finesse matches.
Well, the reality of the matter is you can't become world champion as many times as Flair did and beat the number of champions that he beat without having that next gear and having something special and, knowing when it's time to punch a guy in the teeth and kick a guy in the nuts. And he had no problem with that, and that's what made him able to compete on a one-to-one basis with anybody. And now if you put him in a tag match and you get the referee's back turned and a swift kick in the nuts will really turn the match around on its head. So I think his just overall knowledge and ability to do whatever it takes to win. And that's what a lot of people lack. They're not willing to go that extra mile and risk getting DQ'd or risking the support of the fans or whatever it may be. Some people aren't willing to pull that trigger. Rick is a guy that will pull the trigger.
Right, and let's not mince words. That's why Rick, for many, is one of the best, if not the best of all time, because he was able to have those finesse matches, but also brawl when necessary. I think of the Terry Funk match, that I Quit match that he had. There was a lot of brawling in that match, and some of the other matches, he could do it all. Maybe not as often, the brawling style as the finesse style, but he was just, all around, whether it was, with the on the mic or in the ring, could get it done.
Well, let's just look at it this way. We'll close with this. When you look at, when the fans look at, and Rick looks at himself as being the dirtiest player in the game, and that's an accolade, that's a positive. Think about that for a minute. And when the fans support that and go, hey, he's the dirtiest player in the game, but it's not a negative, it's a positive. That ought to tell you everything you need to know.
There you go.